Feliz Navidad, Socketeers! Welcome to the first ever Game Socket Holiday Gamers Gift Guide, sponsored by the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall. We all have gamers in our lives, but we're not all gamers ourselves, and we're not always sure what to buy those gamers in our lives when the holidays roll around. That's where Game Socket has you covered. We have built and curated this list of the top 5 gifts for gamers this holiday season. Maybe it's for your brother, your neighbor, or maybe it's for your guest host on your podcast. Whatever they may be, we have built this list, and we think the gifts on this list are really going to knock their game socks off. As I mentioned, we're sponsored. We are sponsored by the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall. It's a sort of prestigious thrift store in the area. I was in there last week shopping. Mike had sent me there to buy some items for his wife. And while I was there, it's actually kind of an embarrassing story, but I was in there and apparently had gone into the wrong dressing room. I went into the women's dressing room instead of the men's dressing room, and security had gotten involved. We got it straightened out. They realized it was not a legal issue. It was more of just a mistake on my part. I got to talking to that security guard there. His name is Eddie, and he's worked there for 14 years, you guys. We were talking about the discounts that were going on that day. They were doing a 25% off their already low rock bottom prices. I saw this as an opportunity. I'm always looking for opportunities for GameSocket. So I put on my business hat and I said, Eddie, don't give me 25% off. Give me 15% off. Knock that down. You don't have to give me the full discount. But in exchange for that, sponsor GameSocket. He didn't know what GameSocket was, of course. I showed him some of our videos. I showed him this idea for this gift guide, and he loved it, you guys. He said, let's do it. Let's do a trial run. So what that means for you all is that every item in this list is an item that you can pick up at the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall. A lot of people think that you can't find gifts for gamers at a thrift store. That's not true at all. And now you don't even have to hunt for it. You can take this list, bring it in. If you're someone like me that's got to shop on a budget for gamers, you're going to love this list. So without further ado, you guys, let's jump right into the top 5 gifts for gamers this holiday season, sponsored by the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall.
5.
Number 5 on our list is a real slam dunk. This is a Charles Barkley statuette, or action figure, if you will. Charles Barkley was actually in a ton of video games, maybe more than Mario and Sonic combined. Of course, all the NBA games, NBA 2K20, NBA 2K19, but he had his own games too back in the day. Charles Barkley's Shut Up and Jam.
Stop up and play.
More recently, the revival, Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaming.
My name's Charles Barkley. I'm one of the last b-ball stars alive.
Now this figure is fully articulated. His arms move, his head swivels. And on his feet, you see that we have ports for display stand compatibility. His hand, it also has an accessory port, so you can plug in a sword there or a bomb, make him battle ready. He's got his Space Jam jersey on, just like all the Space Jam games he was in. And then, actually, for you collectors out here, here's a cool Easter egg on his back. Maybe all of you Charles Barkley heads out there know this, but Charles Barkley was actually very dubiously known for his Rule 34 pornography that existed of him out there. And the developers of this action figure put that number on his back as sort of a Easter egg. So amazing, cool action figure, HD details. Grab one of these while supplies last, only $3. Really amazing.
4.
Number 4. Who let the dogs out? Well, you did when you purchased this Snoopy ornament from the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall. Snoopy is a huge gaming icon. He's been in countless video games. Snoopy vs. Red Baron, Snoopy's Grand Adventure, Snoopy's Flying Ace, and if you're an old school gamer like me, you may also remember Snoopy's Magic Show on Game Boy back in the day. I logged so many hours in that game on road trips, going back and forth to the vacuum repair store. That was like a 3-hour drive every couple of weeks for me, so I logged tons of hours on that game. Now this ornament, as you can see, is super highly detailed. It is got a little bit of damage here, but it is from a non-smoking home, which is great. And it also has its own hanging ribbon, which a lot of ornaments these days, they nickel and dime you. They don't give you this ribbon. They make you buy your own ribbon or hook. Okay, so it just broke again. I'm sorry. So this originally the list price on this was $2, but we may go down to $1 with this extra damage. I am sorry about that, you guys, but it is still a great ornament for any gamer in your life. You may want to give it to them early. That way they can hang this on their tree. The Snoopy ornament, number 4.
3.
Number 3, if you've got someone on your list that's got to catch them all, this is the gift on our list for them. This is the Pokemon, the first movie soundtrack CD. The CD is in HD because it is in CD format, and it has just an incredible gathering of artists came together for the CD. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, Baby Spice is here, Aaron Carter. Let's hear a few of these tracks now.
Attention all Pokemon fans. If you want everything Pokemon, then you've got to get the Pokemon movie soundtrack, featuring the smash hit Don't Say You Love Me from M2M, and all your other favorite artists like NSYNC, Christina Aguilera, and Britney Spears. Also featuring It Was You from Ashley Ballard. The Pokemon soundtrack. You gotta get it. In stores now.
A few other notes on this Pokemon soundtrack. It's actually a Hyper CD, so you can put this into your computer CD drive and play some really cool clips from the movies. I should mention track 2 does not work on the CD. Gotta give that disclaimer. There's a few scratches here on the back, so track 2 skips, doesn't work, but every other track on this is guaranteed to work. We don't have the CD case, but we do have the liner notes, and this is an amazing sort of fold out poster. It's a full-size movie poster, and it says Kids WB Pokemon the first movie on it. So if you've got a Pokemon fan in your life, this is the gift for them. This is $5 at the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall.
2.
Number 2, this is a big one. This is, if I was going to ask for something for Christmas, this would be what I asked for. If you're out there listening, friends, family, and my co-hosts, this would be the item that I want. This is the Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall Game Socket Jolly Jumble Bundle. I went through the huge stacks of games, CDs, VHS tapes that Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall has, and I curated this collection specifically for you, the Socketeers, and we negotiated a price, a substantially discounted price for you. Individually sold, these 4 games would be well over $100. Like I said, we've negotiated that this bundle be cheaper for our Socketeers. I'm not going to tell you the price yet. Let's go through the games first. Starting over here, we've got Nerf Arena Blast. This is a FPS game where you use Nerf guns. Really innovative. Runs on the Unreal Engine, and it's got 3 modes. It's got Point Blast, you've got Speed Blast, and you've got Ball Blast. They've got all the different Nerf guns, everything from the single shooters to the one that shoots balls to the automatic ones with the bandoliers. You can play it single player or online, which is really incredible. Next up, we've got SimCity 2000. You guys, SimCity 2000 needs no introduction. This is the game that really kicked off SimCity. It started the trilogy. What's great about this, it comes on CD, which is perfect format for SimCity 2000. And also it's actually like 3 games in one, because it comes with SimCity 2000, it comes with the Urban Renewal Kit, and then it comes with the Scenario Collection Volume 1, which is like a 3rd game. So you're really getting like 7 games here, if you count the 3 games in here. Well, or I guess 6 games. Yeah, like 6 games total. Great value here. Next up, you've got the MechWarrior 2 interactive preview. They sold this in stores. This is a preview disc, so if you weren't sure if you wanted to buy MechWarrior 2, you could buy this demo disc and play a small slice of MechWarrior 2 if you weren't sure if you wanted to dish out the full money for MechWarrior. So this is kind of a collector's item. It's very rare. If today you're thinking about, do I want to play MechWarrior 2? This is how you find out. Play this demo disc. This is a very cool mech game, 3D graphics, uses polygons. Last but not least, this is kind of a wild card here. This one was thrown in by a Green Saddle employee. His name is Derek. And Derek suggested this game. I have not heard of it. It's called ICP Hell's Pit. Never heard of it, but it is it looks like a sort of one of those underworld games where you're going like into hell or going into some sort of mythological place and fighting demons and stuff like that. It is mature rated, so keep that in mind. But I love that this collection has everything from like a kids game like Nerf Arena Blast all the way up to a more adult game like ICP Hell's Pit. That's it, you guys. This is the collection. Like I said, over $100 if you buy these individually. The Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall Game Socket Jolly Jumble Bundle is going to retail for our Socketeers at a price point of only $40. Really incredible. You're saving tons of money if you buy these 4 together. Go in today. There's limited stock of these. This is number 2 on our list, and like I said, it's one of my favorites. If you're out there listening, grab one for me. Before we get to number 1, don't forget, Green Saddle Thrift Value Mall is Jackson County's premier clown outlet. Don't worry, Dom, I'll grab you one.
one.
All right, guys, we are almost there. We are almost number one. I apologize for my reindeer antlers. They are just being weighed down by the weight of all the value from these different gifts we put together. But you guys won't have to wait much longer. We're about to number one. Just to recap, we've got number 5 was the Charles Barkley action figure. Number 4 was the Snoopy ornament. Number 3 was the Pokemon first movie CD soundtrack. And then number 2 is, again, my personal favorite, the Green Saddle Thrift Valley Mall Game Socket Jolly Jumble Bundle. All 4 games, plus don't forget SimCity has like 3 different games in there. But now that's it. We're here for number 1, and I think a lot of you know what this is. Here it is. You guessed it. That's right. It's Game Socks, the customizable covers knitted for your controller. These are made by me, invented by me. I have been workshopping these for a number of months, and I have brokered a deal, and I am so happy to say this. Game Socks are now exclusively sold at the Green Saddle Thrift Valley Mall. You can only find them at the thrift store. We are actually the first item they've ever been able to say that they are selling new condition, not used, secondhand. This is the Sonic the Hedgehog version, but these are customizable. We have different colors and color schemes. We have a Tomb Raider one, we have a Metroid one, an Overwatch one. And if you're not familiar with these, get with the program. These are covers that you put on your controller to keep your controller warm. That's important because if your controller is not warm, if it's not in the stated operating parameters temperature-wise, that can cause damage to your controller. So you want to keep your controller warm. These help with that. They also keep your hands warm. If you're like me, your hands get real cold when you game sometimes. These will help with that. It also gives you just a really good grip on the controller, and it will help you, improve your accuracy when you're gaming. And then it's the wow factor. Really, it's the wow factor. When you have these out and you have these on your controllers, on all of your controllers at home, when you have guests over, they're going to ask, hey, what's that on your controller? What is that? That looks cool. You can say, man, it's Game Socks. What are you doing? Go get some at the Green Saddle Thrift Valley Mall. Value Mall. Game Socks are going to be selling for only $45 each. That's it, you guys. That's our list. And it's quite the list. Any item from this list would be a gamer's dream to open up under the Christmas tree or under next to the menorah. I'm not sure if it goes under the menorah or next to the menorah. So thanks for tuning in. This has been the Game Socket Holiday Gamer Gift Guide. I hope everyone has happy holidays. Pick up a Game Sock, and we will see you